Hello, this is Antoinette. Today we're going to be talking about I am free of homelessness. This is one of my classmates. I'm going to ask him a couple questions about his situation. And so, here we go. Where was you born?
I was born in Seattle.
Oh, the Northwest, huh?
All my life.
All your life. How many brothers and sisters you have?
I have one each, and they're both older.
Okay. How was your childhood?
It was all right. My dad was a firefighter. My mom worked for the school. I was quite a bit younger than my brother and sister, so but there was a lot of kids in the neighborhood, so we hung out and did just normal kid stuff all the time. It was pretty good. My dad was a drinker, so he got kind of heavy-handed sometimes. But beyond that, it was, my mom was very loving.
How did you like when your dad was drinking? Did you like it or you didn't like it?
It was the norm. It was the norm. So it wasn't until later on that you can look back and see that it was an issue, or what the issue was. But yeah, no, it was the norm. You just didn't make him mad. That was the wrong time to make someone mad, was when they were drinking.
Did he have time for y'all?
Yeah, what?
Did he have time for y'all? His kids, did he have time for your kids? Did he have time for his kids?
No, he usually stayed. No, he was always doing something, some kind of project, or work. The work shift was 24 hours, so there was that. But then the other times no, we would do things as a family every once in a while. But for the most part, he kind of did his own thing in the garage.
Did that kind of hurt you growing up?
No, I didn't want to do stuff with him.
What made you come homeless?
What made me become homeless? Well, what I think that this happens to anybody who becomes homeless, and I think that anyone who thinks that they're impervious to homelessness is lying to themselves, because what happens is any slight negative event in your life can start a spiral of events that will become out of control to where you will end up in a situation such as I was in. In my case, it was a wife who left, and then shortly after that, my son graduated and he moved off with his girlfriend, so I had the other two kids. But having a pattern of alcoholism in my family, I was already a drinker. That just got worse. Then I moved in with a lady, and that continued to drink because it just then became easier, and I got another DUI. Went to jail a couple of times, and that relationship broke. I ended up in another relationship. The drinking didn't quit. By that point, I only had one of my kids, and I committed a crime that I went to jail for. Then I entered into a program that was for drug and alcohol awareness, and of course failed out of that, and I didn't have another option. I spent 3 nights on the street in downtown Seattle, actually in the Rainier Valley, Rainier High School to be exact. It was during the summer, and then I heard about this homeless encampment called Tent City, and I went up there, and that was where it started. And it's still, you would think it couldn't get any worse from there, but it did, because then you can actually become homeless when you're more homeless when you're homeless, because you're in that environment. But if you get in trouble, then you're without that shelter, which, even though it seems minor, it's a lot better than not having any kind of shelter at all, which I experienced that too. But you find the ways to survive, and in my case, my way to survive was drugs, and I didn't commit any other crimes other than the drugs. But
what was your choice of drugs?
Meth. It was introduced to me, and I liked it. I didn't do it a lot, just when I did it. I did it when I did it.
How did it make you feel? Did it make you feel like you was going to get rid of your problem, or?
I didn't care. It made you focus on other things. So yeah, you didn't. There was no problem. The only problem was survival. And then you survive until you get tired of it, and then you get tired of it, and you reach out, and thank God I had an olive branch, and I took every advantage that gave me. I took advantage of every opportunity that gave me until, here I am. This is 5 years later. Here I are.
And what was your turnaround point?
I just got tired of it.
What
I
you
got
mean
sick and
when
tired of being sick and tired. I mean,
yeah.
literally sick and tired of being sick and tired. There was nothing to do. I was wasting my life. I had no relationship with my family because, who wants to be friends or associates with a homeless person, especially when you're kind of snobby. You know, I had other aspirations and I wanted to pursue those. So I did. And I made a commitment to do so, and I've done nothing but progress ever since.
Since you're a survivor of homeless, would you open a door? Would you build a home for homeless people?
Would I build a home?
Yeah,
Oh,
like
hell yes.
like
No,
a
that's
shelter or
absolutely
something.
that's absolutely every intention I have. Once I become somewhat successful in what I'm pursuing, then absolutely that's my intention, is to give back. I mean, not that I don't already give back a little, that I can when I can, but I also recognize that I'm not going to necessarily help an obvious tweaker who's tweaking chase down their next hit. I'm gonna, you can't be selective, and you can't really say, "Oh, well, I'm not going to give you this money." Well, what I'm saying is somebody who's actively in. I mean, I encountered a couple of them today on my way up here. They were actively high. No, I'm not going to give you anything if you're actively high. Okay, but if you look like you're having a bad day and you're struggling, that's a different story. And I've seen that too. And you learn to recognize it. And being part of it, I can recognize it off the, just at the snap of a finger. And there's a difference. And you can get scammed either way, but and there's a difference. But no, but I would absolutely do something to assist either an existing shelter or, if I was really able to do something where I could, get a property or do something to that effect. Shoot, that would be awesome. Yeah, that would be ideal. But more likely than not, it would be a monetary donation at some point when I'm, hopefully some sort of success. Oh crap, this isn't wood.
Well, you know what? Thank you for taking the time out to.
You're welcome. Can we just point out that I'm not homeless anymore? I am actually. I signed my own. This for the first time. I'm really proud to say this because it just happened earlier, the beginning of April.
Mm-hmm.
I signed on my own first lease since all that occurred back in 2000. Ended in 2013 was when I walked away from it all.
Way to go.
In 2014 was actually the last time I used the drug. And then walked away from that. I was pseudo homeless, but I was couch surfing. So then everything made the drastic changes all began in the summer of 2015. So it's been a 4-year drastic rise to this point. So, yeah.
But you know what?
Kicking butt.
I'm looking at you right now. Don't even look like you're homeless.
Oh, I'm not. I am not homeless. I got my own place. I got my own bed. I got my own girlfriend. I got my own everything. And 2 dogs.
So you could trust women now.
Oh, I never didn't trust women. It's not that I never didn't trust women. I just wasn't exactly a good. It was me. I mean, and I came to realize that too. That it wasn't. She didn't leave for no. It was. I chased her away more than she left. And how's that? That's probably more accurate. I chased her away by not doing the things I was supposed to do. Do the things you're supposed to do for your partner. Be a good human. Be good to yourself, and everything else will work out too. Have the day you deserve.
All right. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you. Appreciate it.